What's up, YouTube family? Gerald Greenlee here with Clean Green Lawn Service in beautiful South Georgia, man. Hope y'all are having a good day. It's gonna be a great day. That's what I'm telling myself anyway. Man, yesterday was wild. But anyway, I'm gonna go cut a property that I had planned to cut yesterday. It's the only cut I gotta do this morning, so I won't make no money on it because I'm driving all the way to town to cut it. I may have to go back up there this afternoon and do another one too. So anyway, plan is to go cut it, and watching out for this dog here. He likes to run out in the road. As long as you don't get my tire, bro, or under it. I need to go up there and cut that office building that needs that first cut that I went and looked at the other day, but didn't want to cut with all the vehicles there. So I may try to go get it. But in between, I got to come back and make sure everything's good down here with the guys are already there this morning working on digging the footers out, well, putting the rest of the dirt in, and digging the footers out to get ready for concrete. And I got to come back and get my tractor and go to that big cleanup deal we were at the other day, a couple of videos back. So with all the ivy and all that stuff, I'm gonna take tractor over there today, see how much I can get done with it, and then I know I had to go back and do, you know, some hand work and all. But that's basically what's on the schedule for today. So it'll be a full day, especially if I go back out after 5 this afternoon and try to knock out this place up here for this medical place, this office store. I don't even know if I've told y'all this. I know I told y'all I cut a new yard and I looked at the neighbor's yard. All right, I'm gonna take y'all down the stretch here, down this road. Y'all have seen us cut this small yard here before. This is the pine cones. See, they're already back on the ground. I cut it day before yesterday. And the magnolia tree. Actually, my wife and I rode through here that night and there was already magnolia pods back on the ground. So that's the first one. And then, like I said, we got probably, you know, maybe 3/8 of a mile. This road, I mean, the end of the road's right down there. So, and these two customers and that customer, we trim her shrubs when she only does them once a year. I don't know how often these folks will do them, but what I do on that is I just give them a price per trim. And the first lady here, she actually will pick up her own debris, so we just cut it and leave it. Of course, I'll probably rake it out and put it in a pile, but she says she would get it up, so you know, that helps. But anyway, with this big old tree out front, this is the first property. Well, it's actually the second one on this road. Just did it the other day. Got it cleaned up. The edges on it. And it adjoins this property. So this is the one that we're going to be doing today. So we're going to get out here and knock this thing out real quick. And it ain't a whole lot as far as cutting is concerned. Really not much in terms of cutting. Be a fair amount of trimming here. The trimming is going to be more than anything, and she's got a pine tree in the back. So, but it looks like she keeps her yard pretty clean. So anyway, let's get out and get to it. All right, there we go. Another one cleaned up and done. Another new property. Get off here. I just want to show y'all real quick. I'm gonna take a picture. She said, "My goodness, y'all don't waste no time." I'm thinking, y'all, me. But yeah, we don't waste no time. Let me see, it's 9:06. I was on that one about 70 minutes, but again, I double cut basically the whole thing, at least 3/4 of it. Some of it triple cut because I was chopping up some leaves, and the edging, you know, took longer than it would normally take. Not much, and the trimming, it might have took just a little bit longer, but nothing significant, mostly on the cutting this time. So and you know, the blowing was a little bit more difficult probably, but it should be a 60-minute property, and that's the goal. The goal is to hit that whole street, you know, knock down that whole street in a I don't know, probably, you know, 3 hours down that street or something like that. 3 hours max. Hour and a half, 2 people. So 3 man hours. And I think once we get a routine on those yards, you know, it'll be pretty simple. Actually, the trimming did take longer. I take that back because they have asphalt there, so you don't really have a defined edge. It just kind of goes down into the ground. The dirt and stuff and grass have grown over the asphalt over the years. So what we do is flip the trimmer upside down and back edge it with the trimmer and just create a line on top of the asphalt. And so that did not look like it had been being done, you know, last year. It probably took me, you know, 7 to 10 minutes to run down the front of it and clean it up. Probably 10 minutes. And now that we've got that line there, I mean, you know, 2 minutes and you'll run down it. So that's gonna help out. So of course it cut good this time because it's just a little bit of winter weeds. I mean, now that is a bi-weekly, and we'll just have to see how their grass grows. You know, I know the other one I do down the road from them is bi-weekly, and you hardly cut anything when you cut it. You mostly go and, you know, pick up a few pine cones and stuff and clean it up more than anything. But it's never thick and overgrown, never. So, you know, we'll see. They got a lot of weeds in their lawn, both of these, so I'm guessing that they don't have the best grass, and what they do have looks like centipede. So centipede on a bi-weekly, piece of cake, you know. So anyway, I got to go home and swap over and get the tractor and get out there and start on that cleanup. So stay tuned. All right, it is 11 o'clock almost, 10:51. So showing up to the second job of the day. Oh man, the guy's making progress at the build site, so that's good. I'm already starting to look out and order material. One of the guys is supposed to look at and tell me what I need for trusses. I'm gonna go ahead and order them because it sounds like it could take a little while to get them. So I want to go ahead. I don't want to get to it because, I mean, we'll frame that thing up in a day and not have any trusses. So framing on that thing won't take very long, especially if I have a couple of guys, you know, and I think I will, helping me that really know what they're doing. So I can frame, but it's one of those things, I mean, I'm not going to be fast at it. I got to stop and think, wait a minute, if I do this, what about that? What about the window? You know, I'll be thinking. Them guys just do. They just do. So anyway, I'm over here at this cleanup, getting ready. I'm about to have to back this trailer in there. So I'm going to go ahead and get off of here. So hopefully I don't run over nothing. So I will check back with y'all. Maybe I'll get you a little time lapse or something while we out working. We'll see.
here we go. Now, we weren't supposed to clean up off the trees. I gotta get tractor back in here. I'm gonna drag all this stuff out I just cleaned out around the shed. This side over here is where, in a couple of videos before we did the took the stuff out. I believe she told me to leave the stuff on the fence. She was afraid that it would tear the fence down, and it probably would. I'm gonna tell her though, if she wants me to, I'll come along the back and cut these roots. I cut them roots off, all that stuff will die, you know. So, but I don't have my brush cutter with me. So I'm gonna get this stuff stacked up here real quick and get all my tools put up and get her out here, see if she's happy. One of these jobs, the scope of it's so big, you don't really know. I mean, she's real easy to work with, but okay, we talked about so much. Is this what you expected? One thing I didn't do, I took a tree down on the other end of that building, but I didn't take that one down. I got 60 foot of strap over there, but it's got such a lean to it. I'm by myself. I'd actually want to get up there and tie off and get somebody out here on the tractor pulling and you know, cut part of the way and just let them break it off probably. And I could do that by myself, but that gets a little shady. So I'll just knock a little bit off, because she told me to do it if I could, and so I put it in the price. But I done decided, I made it this far without tearing anything up. I don't think I'm gonna do it. So anyway, let me go put this stuff up and get the tractor cleaned up real quick, get her out here and see what she thinks. Check back with y'all. All right, the jungle is done, man. Gotta check. Actually, I wasn't even planning on finishing today, and I wish I brought my brush cutter with me. That made it a little bit easier to do a couple things, but I was like, dang, man, I can probably do this with a trimmer, most of it. And so I went ahead and knocked it out, you know, while I was there. I actually wasn't even gonna charge the customer what I quoted her, but she had already wrote the check out, so I told her I'd do a free cut. Ain't really free, it's, you know, she's a good customer. I want to be fair to her. So anyway, she was excited, man, like a kid in a candy store, excited about you know, the way it looked, just getting it cleaned up. I mean, you literally could not walk in there, and now it's a wide open path, wide open. So turned out pretty good. I finished cleaning up after I got off the video with y'all, and I did cut all them roots that was on top of the ground. I asked her about them. She said just cut them. It's okay, but you know, I don't know what they go to, and that's what I told her. She said, just cut them. Okay, so we cut them. She's got an old trailer there that's falling down. I could probably get the job of tearing it down. Rent me a excavator, but if it was still winter time, I would do it. But I don't know now, man, because I mean, if you go rent that equipment, you got to go out there and work all week, you know. You can't, because I'd rent it for a week, or I mean, I'd do it by the day if I got done in a couple, you know, 3 days. But the thing about stuff like that is, if you rent it about 4 days, you could pay and get it for the whole week then. So I may look into it, find out how much the dumpsters would be. Actually, what I'll do is I'll let her pay for the dumpsters, and I mean, this is the way I would do it. But I need to talk to the guy at the dumpster, make sure there ain't nothing coming, because it's a mobile home, so I wouldn't think there's anything that you couldn't dump in the dumpster. But I'd need to make sure that, you know, there ain't something there that I can't put in the dumpster. And because see, if she pays for the dumpsters, then you know, I don't have to worry about the weight and all on them. So the dumpsters are about $400 for the dumpster, and they give you up to 1 ton, and anything over 1 ton, you gotta, you know, you gotta pay so much a pound or whatever. And I don't want to, you know, that I don't know what a mobile home's gonna weigh, so that'd be hard to figure. So if she wanted to rent the dumpsters and pay for that I'd do all the equipment and labor. I may look into that because I think it'd be a neat project to do. You couldn't do it with I don't think you could do it with a real small excavator. You'd want one decent size. And I don't know what, you know, what the rental is on that. But I mean, as far as I'm concerned, if I'm renting the equipment and if it's a bigger one, they'd have to deliver it and pick it up. So I get a price on that for a week, and you know, just charge her the labor and for the equipment. You know, I'd be okay making a day doing that, what I make doing lawn care, and I wouldn't even be using my equipment. So anyway, I may look into that because she said she ain't been able to find anybody. So I didn't tell her I would, but I got that in the back of my mind now. Another project, man. So anyway, I'm gonna get off of here. I'll do a closing, I guess. I still got another property to go cut, but I know this video is getting long, so I'm gonna get off. Check back with y'all.